All right, good morning. My name is Craig Giroux. I'm the Winthrop University Transfer Admissions Counselor, and what I'd like to do today is do a presentation. Uh, all of you guys are muted to start with. If you have any questions, certainly put them in the question answer box, and I'll get to those. We should have some time at the end so that I can answer all of your questions that you might have. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get my PowerPoint up and we will be ready to go. All right. I'd like to welcome you all today to this session and very much enjoying and looking forward to telling you more about Winthrop University. To tell you a little bit about Winthrop, we're deemed a middle-sized university. We're in Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is about 30 minutes south of Charlotte. We have about 5,000 undergraduate students, about 1,000 graduate students at Winthrop. On average, we have about 325 transfer students every year. So out of that 5,000, roughly about 1,200 of our students are transfer students. So if you come to Winthrop as a transfer student, certainly you'll fit right in and you won't feel like you're by yourself and you won't be the Lone Ranger for sure. Talk to a little bit about our application process. Students that have 12 or more non-developmental classes, we're going to 100% look at your cumulative GPA from all your institutions that you're transferring to us with. You must have a 2.0 GPA. We ask that you also send us your high school transcript. College transcripts must be official, so that means they must come from the institution that you attended to Winthrop. We recommend that students send those electronically. They will get here a lot quicker, but if you can't send it electronically, certainly snail mail is something that we will accept. If you have less than 11 credit hours, we're going to require that you have a 2.5 cumulative GPA in your final semester. And we're also going to require you to have your high school transcript, SAT and ACT scores. So less than 12 credit hours. Really what we're going to do is treat you more like a high school student, and what we require 12 or more hours, we're just going to look at your GPA. Doesn't matter which college or university you attend, you're going to spend more time outside the classroom than you are in. So we like to have a chance to look at what else is there to do on Winthrop's campus. We have over 160 different clubs and organizations. We find that our transfer students become more involved because they're kind of used to the college scene. We got 7 faith-based organizations, many major-based organizations, but most of them are fun-based. There's a couple that I'd like to highlight, something that I would never do because I don't like heights. There's a skydiving club that actually one of our faculty members skydives with them. We have an equestrian club that's filled with people that have rode horses their whole life and other people that never rode a horse but want to. So there's a lot of places for you to fit in. A lot of our clubs and organizations are service-based, so you're going to get to do things in and around the Winthrop community. We do have 19 different fraternities or sororities on our campus. We're about 12% Greek, so if that's something you're interested in, certainly it's available at Winthrop. But what I always tell our transfer students, you don't have to be part of a fraternity or sorority to fit in. We do have 50 different intramural clubs and sports and events. I think this is an awesome way for our students to meet people that aren't from your hometown. You know, you don't have to be the greatest athlete in the world. One of our intramural events is something in our indoor pool with small kayaks called Battleship. If you can imagine, people are trying to knock people out of those kayaks. That seems like a lot of fun and a great way to meet people that aren't from your hometown. We are Division I in sports in the Big South Conference, men's and women's basketball, men's baseball, softball, men's and women's track and field, both indoor and outdoor, women's lacrosse, men's and women's soccer, to name a few. We're excited. Our basketball arena is rated in the top 30 in the country. Our men's basketball team actually won the conference title and was about a week away from appearing in the big dance last year, right around the time that COVID hit, so we didn't get to do that. They say that they're going to play again this year, and our team returns most of their players. Great place for our students, which they get in free, to have fun and cheer the Eagles on. As I mentioned before, we're located about 30 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina. I think we're in a very unique town. Rock Hill is the 5th largest city in South Carolina, but if you've been in our city before, it's got a small town feel to it. If you went out the front of our campus to the right very quickly, you'd be in a refurbished downtown area where we have a town square, which you see in the lower right-hand picture. If you have a town square, you must be a small town, yet we're not really. Also in the picture all the way over on the left, Knowledge Park is an area that is building behind Winthrop and before the refurbished area, where they've taken a lot of the old textile mills and they've knocked them down, refurbished. We have a number of brand new hotels, also have the largest AAU athletic facility in the country that went in there. Just back by that AAU facility, we have an exercise science lab for Winthrop. So with all those different events and athletes, we're kind of creating our own work for our exercise science students. As you see, we're just south of Charlotte, and Charlotte has everything that a major city would have. When you combine the fact that Rock Hill is the 5th largest city in South Carolina with a major city like Charlotte, and one word, the advantage we have is internships, okay? Usually we have more requests for interns than we have interns to give them. So that means you're going to get a chance to get that perfect internship. And if you do well at your internship, that could lead to employment. And we always talk to our students about we want to have more than just a degree. We're kind of looking for a job. And those internships are going to certainly lead to that. Our students are not required to live on campus, yet many of our transfer students do for convenience. You certainly are allowed to live in one of our 3 styles of residence halls. We have suite style, traditional style, apartment style, where you would have your own room, are set up for transfer students and honor students. And certainly have a lot of advantages of living in our residence halls, free laundry, and those types of things. This is a very important screen that you see right now, but I think the bottom 2 are what we call the Winthrop Experience. 13-to-1 student faculty ratio, and average class size of 22. That's unusual for a public university, and yes, we are a public university. A lot of people get confused because they're used to USC Columbia, USC Lancaster. If you're from North Carolina, then UNC Chapel Hill, and yet we're Winthrop. We are not USC Rock Hill. Part of the reason that we are Winthrop is we've been Winthrop for about 133 years. Winthrop was actually established as a teaching education institution about 30 years after the Civil War ended. And I always found, I'm kind of a history buff, and I found that kind of very amusing. A lot of different academic opportunities. If you're in the honors program at the institution you're transferring from, you can become part of our honors program also. Study abroad is a big part of what Winthrop is, and certainly as when COVID gets cleared up, that will be again. Undergraduate research is also a big part of what we do. Because of our size, because of our smaller class size, many of our students get to work side by side with their professors doing undergraduate research. In the biology, psychology, chemistry, math kind of areas, that is something that our students can do and even get paid to do during the summer. Now, not hundreds of thousands of dollars you hope to make someday, but certainly the amount that you would for a summer job. But the difference is you're working on a undergraduate research paper. Many of our students will either give presentations their senior year or publish research papers, which certainly are going to open a lot of different doors for our students to go on to graduate school. We have 5 different colleges of study on our campus. The first I'm going to talk about is a College of Arts and Science. It's our largest concentration of majors. You expect to see things like biology, chemistry, environmental science, certainly that we have. Environmental science, environmental studies, just down next to our arena, we have something called the Winthrop Lake. We have our own little eco study down there, so our students can do a lot of environmental studies right there on our campus. Also, for instance, in our psychology department, we've had students that presented at national conferences the same year that they graduated. So that's pretty exciting for a lot of our students. The College of Business Administration, business is one of our top 5 most popular majors. And I think it has a lot to do with where we're located, certainly being located right next to Charlotte. Business is very easy to get internships and those types of things, whether it's computers or finance or accounting. We have a special program for accounting majors that's sponsored by Price Waterhouse, which is one of the top 4 accounting firms in the world. And if you have good grades and you are a minority, you can qualify to be part of our accounting program. During the summer, those accounting students get to pick a city to go do their internship in, and they make $12,000 a summer. I need to sign up for that one, by the way, doing their internship. And they're also guaranteed an accounting job upon graduation. So we have a lot of different connections with our business program, and it's one of our most popular programs. And of course, as I said, we opened as a teacher's college, so you expect that education would be a big part of what we do. It's hard to go into any school, elementary through high, in our general area and not find Winthrop graduates. For instance, our elementary school teachers in their second semester that they're here with us are going to be already in the classroom teaching lessons. Certainly on a lot of our programs, you can add a 5th year and get a master's program, master's degree as part of what we do. Also located in our College of Education is our exercise science program and our physical education program. College of Visual Performing Arts, we have 5 different galleries on our campus that students or professionals are displaying their art. We're one of the 17 universities in the country that has art, dance, design, music, and theater. So anytime you're one of 17, it's a good thing. Students can receive also scholarships for their work in especially visual performing arts. They're going to require a portfolio or a audition, depending on which area you're in. But certainly that's something that students are able to do and transfer with scholarship money. University College is our fifth area. They give no degrees at all. So what is University College? University College is set up, it is in charge of the honors program, also the TRIO program. And if you might have been part of the TRIO program at the institution that you're transferring from, certainly we have that support for you there. Academic Success Center, where you can, we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a second, but you can get free tutorial service. And the one at the very top, undeclared majors. Most of our transfer students transfer with a major that they're declaring. Sometimes after starting into the course work, they decide, oh, maybe that wasn't really what I wanted to do. I tell our students to run to University College, where they'll sit down with you, look at the coursework that you've completed, and look at some other options of majors that are going to lead you towards your career, your lifetime career. So University College is very useful for a lot of our students. Succeeding on campus, we talked about the math tutorials and writing tutorial. Most of our students that transfer are strong in one and maybe need more help in the other. I know I was a math person, but I needed help with my papers. That's free of charge there. Also, for you students that say, we're like me and are really good in math, a way to make a little extra money while you're at Winthrop is you can go and apply to be a tutor and actually tutor some of the students that haven't taken those classes that you have, and you can make a little extra money, which we all certainly can use. Academic Success Center will counsel with our students if they're having trouble in any of their areas in academics. Also, we have a health and counseling services on campus that is free to all students. Certainly, if you're not feeling well, we have a nurse on duty. They can write prescriptions, and counseling is, you know, a lot of our students, especially during this time, it's a different kind of time. If you're not, if you need to talk to somebody about anything that's going on in your life, certainly that counseling service is available to all of our students. Take a second to talk about another unique program that just started. It might not be for you, but you might know somebody that's like this, somebody that's had 60 credit hours of credits and maybe went and got a job. And they've been working at their job and had a lot of different successes, but they find that they're getting passed over because other people have bachelor's degrees, yet you maybe have more knowledge about the job. Somebody that needs to get that bachelor's degree quick, somebody that's post-traditional 25 years or older, has those 60 credit hours. We give credit to our students for life experience. And in a very short period of time, doing mostly hybrid or nighttime classes or online classes, you can have that bachelor's degree and make the money that you believe that you should. We do have a graduate school on our campus, and listing just a few of the master's programs that we have available. As I talked about earlier, in a lot of our different areas, we have a 5th year option where if you let folks know that you're interested in getting a master's degree, they'll start working some of those classes in to your senior year and give you dual credit. Somebody that would graduate in May would do a summer, fall, and spring, and in 1 year have their master's program. And I know for a lot of students that is very exciting because you can go in getting paid a lot more than somebody that just has a bachelor's program. So that's available to all our students at Winthrop. I believe this screen should say, how do I pay for this? We do have Winthrop merit-based scholarships for students. We do have transfer scholarships. Not every school has transfer scholarships. Students that have a 3.0 GPA or above, or 3.5 and above, would get a Winthrop transfer scholarship. Students that are out-of-state students, and I think this is something that's certainly very, very big for a lot of our students since we're so close to the state line. People that might be out of state, if they receive a Winthrop scholarship, in addition to the scholarship money, we're going to waive their out-of-state tuition, which means that you're going to save roughly $14,000 a year coming here. Again, we're 30 minutes from Charlotte, so it works well for those students that are just over the line. But I just admitted a transfer student from Alaska a little bit ago, so we might have to change that from 36 different countries to 37. And that student also, if they have scholarships, will get out-of-state tuition waived. We do have athletic scholarships that our coaches take care of. Talent scholarships, we referred back to most of our visual performing arts that require auditions or portfolios. We do have some scholarships by majors that are given out by departments, and our students can apply for those. We encourage all students to search for outside scholarships. We have students who get those all the time, and there's a lot of outside scholarships that go unclaimed every year because nobody applies for them. Private loans are probably the last place that our students will look, but some students will use that to close the final gap. So ask the question, why Winthrop? Why should we, why should a student go to Winthrop? We're one of the top 10 public universities in the South. US News has stated that we are that. And as we're going with the top 10 public universities in the South, we've been that since 1992. It might have been before some of you were born. So certainly that's something that's well recognized. Second in the nation in minority student achievement. Certainly that's something that we're very proud of. We're one of the most diverse public institutions in South Carolina. We're within 1% of South Carolina's minority levels. We're about 40% minorities. So we are representative of what South Carolina is. 91% student placement rate in career after college. Again, I referred to it a little bit ago. Students certainly want to get degrees, but we're not interested in getting degrees without getting a job. So we've had quite a bit of success with that. Where we're located has a lot to do with that. I mentioned earlier that we're one of the most diverse student populations in South Carolina. So that is certainly my presentation. I need to see, I don't know if we have any questions. I don't think we do at this time, but certainly you can contact me at Winthrop and I will be available. My email address is G as in girl, EROC@winthrop.edu, GEROC@winthrop.edu. Some of us are working from home on different days, but certainly probably the best way to get in touch with me is through email. I don't believe we have any other folks that are, maybe we do. If there aren't any other questions, certainly know that a recording of this presentation will be made available within a few days, and students can look back and ask any questions that they might have. Ms. Facilitator, do you think we have anything else?
That is it. Just you remind them that the Video it will have a recording, no questions. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a good day. Thank you, ma'am.